What's your Mount Rushmore for wrestlers?
Maybe if I threw another one, I throw the wild card, probably Mark Henry.
Okay, I like that. Hopefully we can get him on the show. There's been some talk, so.
If you see somebody that's the best, befriend them. Ask them. Some people don't want to help you. I had that too, but sometimes all you need is one.
The world's strongest man, the world's strongest DJ, and newly the world's strongest comedian, Mark Henry. That initial transition, how was that for you?
Physically, it was great, but emotionally, like I was lost. I remember walking out into the arena with Jim Johnson, and then it started playing, and I said, that's my music.
Are you competing against yourself or competing against other people?
LeBron James said it the best. He said, I've been competing against ghosts.
What did your mom's career and the lifestyle that she had teach you about the concept of work ethic? Cena is my guy. And watching the retirement match, you were front row, celebrating the career he's had. Why was it important for you to be there?
Before there was a John Cena, the wrestler, I knew Prototype. I'm the father of a lot of people. Jay Cargill, Bianca Belair, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, Bryan Danielson. Not just good wrestlers, Hall of Famers. And at All Caribbean, we ballin'. We trying to help the business, and we want people to realize we're an option.
You've been called the world's strongest man, a title you've earned, and then a title that has followed you throughout your career. But what do you feel it means to be strong as a man more than just the physical?
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like.
Welcome back to the Stuck in My Thoughts podcast. It's the place you want to be to hear a one-of-a-kind POV. As always, I'm your host, Justin Stuckey, and today's episode, it speaks for itself. It's a Hall of Fame edition. We're out here in Las Vegas. Let's welcome to the show the world's strongest man, the world's strongest DJ, and newly the world's strongest comedian, Mark Henry. Appreciate you being on the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
You had a lot of stuff going on.
You know what, man? If I'm not busy, I'll implode.
Yeah. I told you how I wanted to start the show, but sometimes you gotta pivot. You gotta change things up. We wanted to have you come into your theme song. I've been blasting it. My friends have been blasting it the past month. I didn't know that was a 3-6 Mafia song.
Yes, sir.
I got educated. Can you take us back? How did that get set up?
Jim Johnson, who does the music, well, used to do the music for WWE, who Grammy nominated, unbelievable dude. Like, he just had a really, really good ear for theme music. It's like people that make jingles.
Yeah.
You know, there's a specific genre for people that make jingles. Jim, he knows how to make wrestling themes. And he played a track for me, and I didn't like it. And then he played another one. And the third one he played me was the theme from Somebody's Gonna Get It. That was all I needed. I was like, man, that's like from the South.
Yeah, that's some heat right there.
And he was like, yeah, you know what? There's a band that just won an Oscar that's from the South, 3-6 Mafia. I said, yeah, I know Juicy and Pat. And he was like, what? He was like, man, can we call them? And I was apprehensive about, calling, because I never done business with them. I just hung out with them before.
Yeah.
And I reached out to him and kind of told him what was being thought of. And he said, yeah, I talked to him. And he called them, and he called me one day and said, hey, I want you to get on the phone with them and kind of go through who you are and where you came from and, tell them your story. And probably 2 weeks later, Pat calls me. He said, Juicy J want to talk to you. We all got on a call, and he was like, hey, man, hit me with some of that wrestling talk, that stuff you say, the wig splitting and hard hitting and just all that. And I just broke it down, and probably another 2 weeks, Jim said, hey, you want to hear it? You want to hear what they came up with? And I remember walking out into the arena with Jim Johnson and him doing like this. And then it started playing. And I said, that's my music. That's it. I knew right away. They didn't have to adjust anything. They didn't have to change nothing. I knew the beat. I always liked that from the jump. But when he started talking about my story and I'm listening, I say, this dude's a genius. They don't just hand them Grammys and Oscars out. Those guys earned it.
I've done a fake entrance at Fanatics Fest, and I was like, man, I feel the energy here, but I can only imagine coming out into an arena packed out with your music telling your story.
50,000.
50,000.
70,000.
That's a different type of adrenaline. And we talked about it in the intro. You have been well-versed in a lot of areas. Comedic role, DJing. Obviously, we know your wrestling prowess. And I sit down with a lot of athletes, and we talk.
Olympian.
Let me not leave that off.
Like, people forget that I placed 10th in the Olympics with not using drugs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that science says, not a lot of people, science says that anabolics gives you about 33, 34%. If the people that I was competing against were 34% lesser, I would have won the Olympics by 20 kilos.
We're going to definitely touch into the achievements you've been able to do, but I want to go into the direction of talking about life after your athletic career.
Okay.
And that initial transition, how was that for you once you stopped?
Physically, it was great because I didn't get hit no more. But emotionally, like, I was lost. Like, you just don't know what to do next. You know, I saw a therapist. I came to grips with it was over. The sports, the locker room, the crowds, it was over. What do you do now? Luckily, I got 2 kids, both athletes. I poured into them even more. They got tired of me pouring into them. So I started dibbling and dabbling with comedy that I was a fan of, but I hadn't tried it. And I got encouragement from several comedians. But fortunately enough for me, like, I had several friends that were comedians. Marlon Wayans, Mike Epps, Bruce.
Yeah, you know a lot of people.
Man,
Stack a lineup.
Hey, they could do a new Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
All the people that I know. And I love talking to them. George Wallace, who's Hall of Fame comedian. You know, I call him Dad. And he's like, Mark Henry, my illegitimate son. You know, like, I had this rapport with these people. And they were like, try it. And he said, listen, whatever you write, make sure that it's authentic. That is you. Because if it's not, when you get on stage, people gonna see through it.
They can weed it out. Yeah.
They're gonna say, that's bullshit. So my act is my life. And I had an interest in life. I've been an Olympic athlete, been world's strongest man, been a pro wrestler. I played football. Like, I know systems. I traveled the world. The travel in the world was my biggest education. Knowing the difference between what a Korean person, a Japanese person, a Chinese person, somebody that's Taiwanese or Vietnamese, like, the difference. Or you go to Africa and I can tell somebody that's Somali, or, oh, this person is from Ghana, or this person is from Senegal by the way they look. And people go, how the hell did you learn all of that? Just time and experience. And that's the way that I look at comedy, is the fact that through my travels, I learned how to diagnose my life story and pick out the funny parts, the stuff that was funny to me, and the stuff that's embarrassing to me. Now, if it embarrassed me, then it was funny to everybody else.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's like Kevin Hart. It reminds me of that, like the laugh at my pain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Kevin does a great job at it. And that's kind of how the comedy thing, took over.
What mindset do you feel like, or attributes from your athletic career that you still use in your new ventures of DJing or being a comedian?
Being competitive. Like, I don't like to lose. And I'm one of them people that cry when they lose. Horrible loser. If you played sports with me growing up, 9 times out of 10, you wanted to be on my team, because when I lost, I was gonna cry, I was gonna cuss everybody out, I was gonna take the ball and go home. I was that.
No, you were that guy.
Horrible. So I didn't lose a lot. I never lost in high school lifting. Never.
Undefeated.
I went to the seniors and came in second at the World Championships as a high school kid. I had 1 loss in powerlifting ever. I didn't use equipment. The guys that described how I lifted, they said, oh, it's just raw. And now, when you go to any gym, they have raw lifting. That's one of my children. It came from me.
You said that you're competitive. That's the mindset you have as an athlete. Are you competing against yourself or competing against other people?
The records. The people that I was in competitions with, 9 times out of 10, I wasn't competing against them. I knew I was going to beat them. My mindset was arrogant confidence. I wanted to beat the record book. Who held the record for that? That's who I was competing against.
Love that.
And I think that LeBron James said it the best. He said, I've been competing against ghosts since I came into basketball. In high school, people compared me to the pros. When I got to the pros, there was probably 10 people in the entire NBA that was LeBron's equal. You know how crazy that is?
Yeah. Still going.
And he's still going. Like 21 years
23.
later. 23 years later. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And I just thought that it was great and interesting that he said, I'm competing against ghosts. Like a lot of the people that when I get on the court and I play a game, it's about the record book, not about the actual game I'm playing in. And you want to win. LeBron is a winner. And he's competitive. He's got the sickness. But I guarantee you, I'm sure that LeBron realized very quickly that you want to win. You don't just want to break records and then lose. So that fuels him. I guarantee you. Oh, no, I can't. I'm going to break the record tonight. I need to win to make it important.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Just getting a record is not going to matter.
Yeah, dropping 60 and losing doesn't mean anything.
Bro, it's almost actually embarrassing. You scored 60 points and y'all lost. So that's who I am. I don't like to lose, man.
We have Bradley Franklin coming in as the favorite. He holds the national lead so far with 7. He's only lost 1 race. But Franklin has completely made That's Bradley Franklin over the first hurdle, powering through, not letting up at all. New Balance Nationals indoor champion. That is a new meet record in the semifinals.
That wasn't even close.
That was impressive from the very get-go in dominating fashion.
Franklin will win the 110-meter hurdle final with ease.
When you were at the peak of your athletic career, I was very curious to know, what is your regiment as far as your workouts and then as far as what you're eating? Because you have to be able to sustain all of that muscle.
Well, in the Olympic lifting and powerlifting are two different sports. Powerlifting, I got to eat, pack it on. I need more substance. I need to be bigger, heavier, stronger. When I was doing Olympic lifting, I had to drop down to 375, which 375, for me during that time, I was 14% body fat. So when you got over 300 pounds of muscle and you're 375 pounds, you can dunk a basketball with two hands. You can run and jump with the best of them. It didn't matter. It was about flexibility and endurance. And I was blessed to have both of those. And when I transitioned to pro wrestling, they wanted me to be more enduring. They could care less if I was the strongest man. They just want you to have good conditioning and not hurt yourself and definitely not hurt nobody else. And my training switched, but when I was doing the Olympic lifting, my eating was more structured, 3 or 4 meals, small meals a day. When I got to wrestling, I learned that I was not always going to be able to eat when I needed to eat. So I was going to have to eat when I could. And I would eat, and then I would pack something, and I would take it with me. Sometimes I'm not going to get to eat. Today, I didn't eat nothing until 30 minutes ago. It's 4 o'clock. All day long, no food. So eating habits are important in lifting and in sports in general. I've battled through every facet of it, and I've been able to come on top pretty much.
Nobody's self-made. You have a team around you, have people who guide you on the path, and I'm sure throughout your career you've had people pour into you. But I watched the sit-down that you had with Undertaker, and you talked about the significance that he played in your career. What exactly did he do that made such an impact for you?
Undertaker believed in me, and he knew I was a quality human. I was not going to let him down, which I took a lot of pride in. I love that, the fact that he said, Mark ain't never going to be late. He going to always show up. If he say he going to do it, he going to do it. And he's sensitive, so it may not be at the level of perfection, but his pride is not going to let him half-ass do anything. That he knew who I was. Me and Taker, right off the bat, hit it off because of sports. He was a basketball player. He was an athlete, so he knew who I was.
Yeah.
And we just, he was a mentor. He was like, I wouldn't do that if I was you. And he didn't mind me questioning, like, why? Some people, if they tell you stuff and you go, why? They get done with you.
Mm-hmm.
Him, he was a teacher. He explained, okay, so this is this is that. And he'd break it all down and you go, oh, okay, you're right, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I love people like that. They want to teach you. That's who he was.
Did you reach out to him for that advice, or did he just come to you and say, let me try to give him some advice and pour into him?
I came to him. All the veterans that made it, see, that's the thing that a lot of people don't do. Is You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you see somebody that's the best, befriend them. Ask them. Some people don't want to help you. I had that too. But sometimes all you need is one. And I got the best one. So, God truly blessed me to be able to have somebody that that was more than proficient at what I was doing and them be able to share it.
Yeah. You mentioned your kids earlier in the show. Back then, it seemed like the travel schedule was much more rigorous than it is now.
Yeah.
How were you able to navigate the parenting while you are on the road so much?
My wife is like just as active as I am or more, because she was there from the beginning until the moment. I left and came back all the time. So, but her being there every single minute. If she says, Jacob, come in. If I say, Jacob, yeah, Dad, what's up? Come walk this way. I gotta talk to him. Shoot, not her. She say, Jacob, come, Mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she don't play. Them listening to their mother is easier, I think. It's just my opinion. Not etched in stone nowhere. But mothers have a way with their children that the fathers don't. I don't know, it's because they were a physical piece of them at one time. I don't know what it is. But she speaks, they listen.
Yeah.
And shit, I'll go through her. I'm like, can you tell them to do this? I swear to God, I do it all the time. I was like I don't like the way this room looks with all the stuff on the floor. If I yell it, they get defensive. But if she does, they just start cleaning. They don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Why would I not take advantage of that? And it's good to see them respect and appreciate their mom.
Yeah.
Because she's been a big factor in keeping us aligned in the right places.
Motherhood is definitely important. So is fatherhood, but you had a great relationship with your mom and hearing her story. What did your mom's career and the lifestyle that she had teach you about the concept of work ethic?
Because she worked so hard. When I say worked hard, she made $25 a day cleaning houses, cook whole entire meals and don't even get to hardly taste the food, just to make sure it wasn't salty and it was good. And she taught that to me too. She sacrificed. I don't know how she was able to do all she did for me and my brother with what she made and how she treated the rest of my family, friends, and neighborhood. Like she would cook and cook and cook and clean and be a house full of people on Sunday. Barbara Jean cooking? Oh, yeah, I'm on the way. She was that one, famous.
Yeah.
And still to this day, I haven't had a biscuit that tastes like a biscuit she made. I just don't understand it. Like, it's still the same things, still buttermilk, eggs, salt, a little baking powder, baking soda, some vanilla if you're making those sweet ones she used to make. But the flour, all the dry stuff, it's all the same ingredients. And she also used to put lard. Like she would,
lard.
In Black House, you got the chicken grease, you got the fish grease, and then you got a can of bacon grease. She would put the bacon grease and put it in the refrigerator. And when it got solid, the top part is the real fat. Mm-hmm. And that she would take that off and put it in tubes and freeze it and cut it like butter and mix it in her biscuits. Bro, the effort that she put into one biscuit, people don't put in whole meals no more. You understand? So, like, when you talk about somebody that's meticulous, it rubs off on you. Surround yourself with people that want to be great. They ain't gonna take the shortcut. It might take longer to do, but just do it. I'm a people person too. A lot of celebrities are musicians, athletes, entertainers. They get tired of people and they tolerate them. I've never tolerated people. I make jokes about people. That's like, you're gonna become my entertainment if you messing with me.
Yeah.
You know, like I had people dying this whole weekend because of how I interact with people, and they haven't seen me do that before. You know, we got executive assistant TK over here.
Shout out TK.
Shout out to TK, who has seen me operate for years, but she hasn't seen a day in the life of me before. And we've been laughing our ass off. Now I can look at her and go. And then we got hand signals now, like, and she know to get rid of people.
Yeah.
It's like that's what makes it worthwhile. My mother had that, and she was handicapped to a town with 3,000 people in it with no way to get out. She made sure that me and my brother could get out. Ain't that wild? It's crazy. She did a good job.
We talked about LeBron James. He was a kid from Akron. You're a kid from Texas. Getting out of that space you were in, once you make it to the highest level that you can make it, what is your standpoint of giving back to the community that made you?
That's all I do. That's what brings me joy. That's my happy place. How many people I can help? Go on the internet and say, who did Mark Henry ever help? And watch what happened. I ain't got to say nothing.
Google him. That
Google me. Sound like
Kirk Cinetti.
Kirk Cinetti.
Indiana coach.
Yeah, Kirk Cinetti said, Google me. Like, success follows. And they always say that success has many fathers and failure is a bastard. I'm the father of a lot of people. They'll tell you they like Jay Cargill, Bianca Belair, Braun Strowman, Apollo Crews, Rich Swann. I'm so many that was Baron Corbin, Bryan Danielson. Like, not just good wrestlers, Hall of Famers. People that, my girls make more money than I ever made wrestling. Jade and Bianca, they make more money than I did. I'm so happy. Not an envious, jealous bone in my body. The accomplishment is a drug. My son in college playing football, and all he wants to do is be a pro wrestler. He's singing at piano bars and stuff like that to make extra money. Like, he's a hustler. He want to be The Rock. He don't want to be me. That's fine by me. The Rock did pretty damn good.
Yeah, Rock getting some paper too.
And now my daughter's the same way. And I don't have to say, hey, go do this. They have befriended people in the industry outside of me that are trying to mentor them, along with what I teach them. Yeah. You know, I would shout out to Brock Lesnar. He just spent a couple of hours with my daughter who's a wrestler. He's like, man, my daughter, she's a Thor. My boys, they play hockey. I don't have nobody to pass my wrestling on to. And he was like, I saw your daughter, and I want, Brock, thank you.
Why does it touch you so much?
It's generosity. He know me. DK, executive to the stars. He know me. He don't know them like that. He know who they are. But to be generous enough to share your knowledge with somebody is it's better than money. It's way better than money. Is teach another person how to be great, special. And everybody don't share. We just said that. Taker didn't have to share with me. He did.
I've learned in the space there are a lot of gatekeepers, and then there are people who sit in those hands. How do you, I guess, what would be your advice to somebody, no matter what career they're in, because anybody that watches this show can take away something from it, for the people out there who aspire to achieve something, when they run into those people who are really giving them the cold shoulder, don't want anything to do with them, how do you, what advice would you give to them of how to?
Did you ever see that movie, The Devil Wears Prada?
Heard of it.
Heard of it. You should watch it. There are people that they've become so blessed and accomplished that they belittle and mistreat people that all they want is to be them. You should be flattered that I want to be like you. You should be like, you know what? Just listen, I'm going to help you. That's not the reality. It's a lot of, you call them gatekeepers. I started laughing because there was a wrestler that said that I was gatekeeping. And the wrestling world assassinated him. They're like, what? Mark? Who are you talking about? Like, they came to my aid. I didn't have to defend myself. And that's not what happened in The Devil Wears Prada. There are some people that they belittle you and they'll treat you like shit. I hate to use that word, but they will treat you like trash. And they never want to give you too much attaboys, pats on the back that you develop enough confidence to say, you know what, thank you for what you taught me, but I'm gonna go on and do it for myself, and I'm gonna make it. I would say to those kids and adults too, don't wait on other people to do it for you. Just have them help you navigate the path. And then bust your rear end to prove to yourself and them that you're worthy. Then people come back around. Oh my God, I always knew you was gonna make it. You in here like Oprah, got me crying and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta build people up. But there are people that'll come back to you and they'll go, hey man, I might have been misjudged you. Mm-hmm. You know, you really worked hard. Look, you made it. Like, I can see you on ESPN or Fox or something, like you're doing a good job.
Appreciate that.
You know, just keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
Try to get better.
You got to continue to give people their flowers, and this helps me transition to my next point. Cena is my guy. He's been my guy since I was a kid, and watching the retirement match, you were front row, celebrating the career he's had. Number one, why was it important for you to be there?
Greatness. And I was there on his first day. I wanted to be there on his last. And I told him, I said, hey, man, you know I'm going to be there. He was like, you really coming? And I was like, yeah. I was like, what, you don't want me to come? He said, no, I want you to be there as much as anybody. He was like, you remember me before I was me. And before there was a John Cena, the wrestler, I knew Prototype.
Yep.
And I knew John Cena, the kid that was still kind of like, oh, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get in trouble. Where's your confidence? And within like 2 years, confidence was up here. You got to be built up. Hey, man, you know, this person and this person gonna love you. Go talk to them. Don't have too many dealings with these. I had to do that. So I felt some ownership in John Cena. So when we was able to work at the end, the retirement and all of that stuff, that was life coming full circle. Of course, I helped him, but he helped me. And I wanted to be there for him.
Yeah. Where is that salmon color jacket that you were wearing when you?
I still got it. It's just, it's associated with lying. So whenever people see me with that jacket, they just assume everything I'm saying is bullshit.
He didn't know you were doing that. At what point did he know that you were faking him?
He handed me the title. And then I said, no, I can't take it. You got to earn that. And that was all, this is not scripted. And one of the guys called him down to the floor, said, leave him alone, let him cook. Because I was out there freestyling at that point. And then they told him. And he went, I looked over and he had a smirk on his face like, yeah, all right, you got me. And we did our thing and made history.
Sure did make history. How often does that happen in the wrestling business to where you can go off?
Only with the elites. Everything is so structured. But the business is, when you have it's like a rapper. You ever see the freestyle battles? Mm-hmm. Are you entertained by them?
It depends on who's doing it.
Well, there's a lot of people that hate freestyle rap. You know, you get somebody like a Tribe Called Quest, Will Smith, elite rappers.
Eminem or somebody.
Eminem.
Yeah.
They love it because it's a challenge. And then you have some rappers that are like, oh, I don't freestyle. I'm a wordsmith. I need to put it together. But right off the dome, ooh, not for me. Like, I could do both, but I like freestyling because my instinct and my understanding, they met. Everybody's don't. So this is me patting myself on the back. Like, I'm a gifted psychologist. And why would I not share that with people on my way out? I'm not designed to live forever. So I'm going to die and take what I know with me. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I don't understand it.
Yeah. And we talked about you've had a great career. We see the Ring Hall of Fame. John Cena will be in the Hall of Fame. We got the Hall of Fame ceremony. What day is it? Friday? Is that tonight?
First ballot. But it'll be next year.
Well, besides John Cena, because that was going to be my question, who do you feel like should be inducted?
D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown should be in. He taught me a lot of the stuff that I know.
Mm.
The Nation of Domination as a group should be in. Everybody that was in the Nation went on to do great things and make a lot of money. Multiple world champions, Intercontinental, European, hardcore, 24/7. We did everything. No, didn't do the tags. That's the one thing that eluded us. But the WWE is not historically a tag team company. They've done pretty well with it, but the NWA and AWA, like, they always had historical tag team divisions, and especially in the South. Oh my God, the Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express. Man, such a good wrestler. But that's the only thing that escaped us is tag teams.
And this weekend, everybody's excited for Mania. Two of my friends I'm down here with are excited. And we're excited for multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons we are looking forward to this Mania is because of the presence of black wrestlers in this one and the potential for takeover.
You're welcome.
What do you think about?
You know why I say you're welcome?
Because you brought through there, and you're the one who set
I
the
fought a lot of
trailblazing.
wars for African-American wrestlers. And I'm not saying build no statue of me or nothing in Times Square. I'm saying that there was an incident. Whenever WrestleMania was in Florida, and the last time in Miami, I think Bray Wyatt was champion. And NXT had a dinner with all the NXT people. And at that table, there was about 17 black talent at this dinner. And they went around the table and they were talking about Bianca Belair is the one that told this story. I'm stealing it. I'm stealing the story. And about 15 of the 17 black wrestlers were like, how'd you get in? Well, Mark Henry reached out to me on Instagram and told me I should wrestle. And she said, he did that to me. And they went around the table. Like, all these people, it was Mark Henry, man. It's Mark Henry. Got me too. Like, that's what I've done. Right now, I'm one of the owners of a all-black ownership wrestling company called All Caribbean Wrestling. And anybody want to sponsor, want to donate $1 million, holla at your boy.
Holla at us too.
AllCaribbeanWrestling.com. We want to make it. We're giving a venue for black wrestlers to excel. And they're not learning indie wrestling. There's no disrespect to indie wrestling. I love it. You go around the board and indie wrestlers will tell you, hey, Mark Henry reached out to me on social media and give me advice. In my spare time, I'm always telling somebody what to do. Involuntarily, because I want to. You can not listen to me. Or you can tell me, hey, I'm good, and I'll be fine with it. But it don't happen. I think only one time in my life I had a wrestler that was like, I'm good. Okay? See how that work out for you. But I have influenced people, and I want to. And I'm going to continue to do it. And at All Caribbean, we worked out a deal with the WWE ID program, use their talent, give them a place to come and wrestle pro wrestling company, not indie. The way we do our cameras, lighting, sound, the storylines, the developmental process mirrors WWE, mirrors NXT, mirrors Evolve. We copy. They didn't create it. They just have a really good template. Why would I not use a good template?
Yeah, if it's there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the people that come to us, they talk about how, wow, this is awesome, man. I get to come to the Bahamas, to Jamaica, Trinidad. Now, if you go on allcaribbeanwrestling.com, we're going to open up in Guyana, St. Lucia, St. Kitts. We're growing throughout the Caribbean, and people are going to get to go and lay on the beach the day before, the day after the shows, have all-inclusive wristbands on, and go drink and eat and be merry, just be on time.
Yeah.
And come to work. And it's a great experience. And you're going to take that experience. Oh, I wrestled against this guy, that guy. They're in the WWE ID program. They're in the developmental system for NXT. Like, you're welcome. We trying to help the business. Love indie wrestling. No disrespect to indie wrestling. I've never done it, but we're a pro wrestling company. And there are talents. And we don't just employ Black talent. We have talent from Mexico, from Puerto Rico, from Africa, guys that grew up in America that are of Irish descent, Scottish descent. I mean, we have a white guy that's on our squad that's a Kappa.
Oh.
You talk about
Shout out to the
diversity.
Noobs.
We are a diverse company. We have a female roster that the women on our roster can work as good as any wrestling company in the world. They're just, some of them are too small. Some of them not built this the way that other companies would structurally want people built. Like, we don't put an emphasis on all of that. We put the emphasis on the wrestling. If you can wrestle, I want to see what you look like in the ring. That's what I want. That's what All Caribbean does. And I promise you, after you watch an All Caribbean show, which we've had heads of state, the prime ministers and the minister of education and so forth. Now we worked out deals with the U.S. Embassy to be a part of what we're doing. We balling. And we want people to realize we're an option. It's just we're a growing option. We get more funding and we can do more for our talent. It's gonna be great, man. It already is.
Love that. And as we're winding down, I know we're getting close on time. I wanted to ask this question because you've been called the world's strongest man, a title you've earned, and then a title that has followed you throughout your career. But what do you feel it means to be strong as a man more than just the physical?
I think that not being immovable is what makes you strong as a man. Not saying because I said so, but because, well, in my experience, this works. Sometimes political, sometimes it's humbling yourself. The man that can say, well, I don't know that, but we can Google it together. That's what I want to listen to. Somebody that's not stuck in their way, but they want to figure out the right way or the most efficient way that I can do because I can't do it like you. You can't always do it like me. But if we sit down and figure out what the pathway, those kind of men, I respect that. Also compassionate people. A man that has sympathy and empathy for other people than themselves. That goes far with me. And education. Like, are you willing to teach what you know, not only to your kids, but somebody else's? That's a mark of some good men.
This show is built on relationships. Who do you feel like should come on the show next?
I think you should get Kofi Kingston. As a wrestler, Kofi Kingston.
We sat down with Big E. I know they on our
Big E too. You might as well just try to get the whole New Day. You do realize all those guys have degrees and master's degrees, doctorate degrees. They are highly intelligent. Basketball-wise, you know who Tracy Murray is? He was went to UCLA, played for several NBA teams. Not only is he a wrestling fan, but he announces and works in the media. I think he would be a good person to talk to, not just for manhood stuff, but you're in the sports media business. He would be able to help you. Football-wise, my mentor is Charles Davis.
Okay.
Charles Davis was the executive director of the U.S. Olympic Committee when I came in. And I used to go sit in his office because I was attracted to the fact that there was a black guy that everybody came to and called boss. I said, man, everybody come call you boss. I said, it feel good. He's like, I earned it. I worked for it. He said, you could do it too. I wanted to be him. He'd be a good person to talk to. And I think if I shot him a message, he'd be willing to do it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, those are some great options there. And the name of the show is called Stuck in My Thoughts. And I end every sit down with this. I ask my guests, what do you get stuck in your thoughts about?
Death. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave. I know I ain't going to be here forever. I want to leave something behind. Remember me by.
Don't count the days, make the days count.
Damn right.
Yes, sir.
I ain't trying to leave tomorrow now.
No, we got things to do.
I got stuff to do.
Man, I appreciate you sitting down. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Keep up with Mark's journey. Keep up with our journey. We'll catch you guys for the next one. We out of here. And that's a dub.
That's a win.
Whoa. Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah.